is up, everybody? We are making sure it looks like we are good to go on this end. Hello, and welcome to the New Age Geeks channel. If you're new here, we are building an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fate, a sober D&D campaign set in the Critical Role world of Exandria, following our adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. Let us open it up to everyone before I dive in. As always, not as always, as of last time we had a game, our sponsor for tonight's game, SonCraft. If you enjoy the music we have going on here on Forging Fates, we highly recommend checking out the SonCraft bot. SonCraft bot allows you to play open source community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with just a few clicks. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. With their pro-level subscription, you get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40-plus music genres and 20-plus soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But using our referral code, you get $2 off your subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do is get started, is invite the SonCraft bot of your choosing to your server, then just hit play and let SonCraft take the rest. That being said, they have like cyberpunk playlists now. They have JRPG playlists and the fantasy playlist that we use. That all being said, hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. Woo! And then just a little reminder for everybody here, the New Age Geeks includes more than just us. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are building together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you can. Just join our Discord and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels, where you'll find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Love you, Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of our growing community. Another thing, remember that the best way to help us out with the algorithms is engagement. So we'd appreciate if you'd watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Beyond that, we have posts going up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, so if you're on those platforms, please give us a follow for more geeky goodness.
Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch account, you can get a free month subscription to any Twitch channel you want? You can resubscribe, or you can subscribe to a new channel every month, but it comes at absolutely no extra cost to you. You should use it here, on us. But if you are willing to help us out in a financial way, we have a tip feature here on Twitch which uses PayPal for safe, secure, one-time donations. For you Twitch enthusiasts, bits are welcome here too. We have a modest merch shop for hoodies and goodies, including this shit. But we also have some new stuff in there too. We've got a line of clothing and items. They're not a mimic line. It's totally trustworthy. But we also have characters, stuffs now. We have Whisper leggings. Did you know that? Whisper leggings. It's good stuff. You should check it out. But anyhow, we also have a Patreon if you wish to donate to our cause and get a little something back. Lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor to the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
That all being said, as if you could understand him, Dom said, we have new merch. I was going to pitch it to Jem, but I don't want her to yell at me again for pitching to her when she's not ready. So I'll just do it myself, unless she's ready. Are you ready, Jem? No? Okay, cool. So we have new merch that is created by the amazing Jem, our head of creative, because she's awesome. and we love her, even though she looks like Pennywise right now, and it's creeping me out a lot, like a whole lot.
She looks amazing right now.
It's a badass. What are you
It's
talking
still
about?
terrifying. Anyways, let's see. Let me get this browser source ready because I was not ready for this part. Let's see here. There we go. Damn it, I'm in. There you go. We have all these amazing new designs. Starting off with our first of
Hey.
the what do you call these, Gem? The tech? What do you techwear? Techwear.
Inspired.
Techwear inspired, not a mimic, which is in black, in white. There's drawstring bags. They're really cool. I already ordered mine. There's a sticker right here. See, there's a sticker. We have stuff. And there's also the first of the character-inspired clothing items. Is that what you would call them, Gem?
Character-inspired merch.
There you go,
Not
character-inspired
all of
merch.
them are going to be clothing, I don't think.
All right, not all of them are going to be clothing. There you go, from the Gem's mouth. But this is Whisper's Forest Druid leggings, the first of many to come of cool new merch. Gem's awesome. She does cool shit, and she's in head of creative here at Forging Fates, and we love her because she's awesome. All right, what else? Am I missing anything else? Listen, I'm not a smart guy. People, I see your chats. I know, guys. I know. This is a train wreck, and I've left the conductor station. Anyways.
We're going to keep chugging along.
Fuck yeah. The train's still moving, but there's no one there anymore.
I'm there. I'm on the
Taz is running up to the front. She's like, someone's piloting this.
So, last thing is Tristan's absent tonight, but Dom will be playing Tristan. Woo! And Quill's back. Hopefully he doesn't die.
Number one
Everybody's
target.
Gonna live. It's gonna be a fun
Wilson.
time. Positive energy.
You guys don't need a healer, and you know that.
Nope.
So
I'm working on it.
I'm expendable.
Let's see here. Yes, Donald is absent. He's not feeling good, so I know he's in the chat. I already saw. Wish him
Oh my god,
luck in not throwing up during the stream.
don't throw up.
Let's see. Besides that, do we have anything else? Anything I'm missing? Anything I'm forgetting? Because
Spell Shots is back tomorrow.
yes,
Yeah.
check
Same
spell
bad
shots
time,
tomorrow.
Same bad channel.
Lamar, the con guy, who you will remember from Goodberry Cafe interviews. He is going. I don't know who he's playing. What?
Oh, no. He played in a game.
Oh, he did?
He didn't.
Am I mixing him up? Did he also do an interview? Listen, guys, I'm
No.
not a smart man. I thought
No,
he
he
did,
just
but
played.
I could be wrong.
He did both.
Maybe he did both. Yeah, he did both.
You played in the game with him, Joe.
Did I? My
It
brain
was the
doesn't
game
work.
that the three of us were in.
My brain
The
doesn't work.
winter-
First minute one shot.
Anyways, I've gone through on the YouTube channel and broke down a bunch of playlists. You can catch all of our interviews. That's a separate playlist. If you want to watch just Goodberry interviews, that's a separate playlist. Cast interviews are its own playlist. Everything's got a playlist now, so you should be able to get any sort of content you want on one of those playlists. Taz, you're coming. You're coming, everyone. Taz is gonna be on an interview, whether I have to drive to Maryland or not, or wherever the hell you live.
Please, by all means.
All right. That all being said, let's dive into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. So, picking up where we last left off, let me get up my notes here. I don't have the notes up. Anyways, I think I remember. So, picking up where we last left off, the team eventually left. Remind me how the last game started. I forget. What'd you guys do start of last game?
There was a battle immediately.
Yeah, we were fighting flying winged beastie ghosty creatures. And then we ran into the shop where Finnick picked up her armor, and then Clover did some sneaky shit. We stayed there overnight, and then we traveled to the castle. That's not very detailed, but that's what's
Yeah, we
happened.
discovered how.
That's a great summation of the entire episode.
Yeah, the city was terrorized, and we saw the aftermath
Okay.
in the morning.
Found my notes. So you guys went down an alley and eventually came face to face with some of the spined devils that were terrorizing the city. Thanks to some spellcraft by Whisper and some stealth being led by Clover, you were able to navigate the the alleyways, coming across a few that were quickly taken out before you observed some of the Wyvern Riders actually landing into the city and flying overhead, seemingly dealing with this outbreak that had been going on seemingly across the entirety of the city. You guys made your way over towards the smith's shop, where you were allowed in, all except for Clover. I know I'm repeating everything, but I'm just going through my notes. Sorry, everyone. Clover deciding to go in through the upstairs window, eventually making her way into the back room and stealing some of the armor that was commissioned for Bellen's Wyvern. During that, Finnick was given the armor that she had commissioned, being fitted the last little bits. From there, you guys began to take a long rest after Clover made her way back to the rest of the group, where Whisper was once again greeted by her sister, thanks to what you would imagine to be a spell, where she told you she was expecting you and looked forward to meeting. Dale also expressed that her part of the deal was almost done, alluding to whatever this deal she had made coming to a conclusion. And eventually Whisper agreeing to this conflict. And you all, the next day, prepared yourselves, made your way out of the smithy, and observed some of the damage that had happened across the street, seeing the inn that you had been staying at, the entire front of it being destroyed through the battle that had gone on through the night. You eventually begin to make your way towards the castle at the northern part of the city, where you are stopped by some of the guards. Whisper, you being familiar with at least one of them, the captain of the guard, of your family's actual personal guard, where you were, through some persuasion checks and some silver tongue use, you were able to convince him to abandon the... You can't make faces, Dom. You were able to convince him to turn to the side of the fists and go and try and retrieve the rest of your family from the dungeons below the castle. From there, as they begin to make their way up the path towards the castle, you now stand at the gate alone and having a moment to prepare yourselves as you stand at the castle gates.
So, whisper, the bitch is in the throne room? In the do you know how to get to it? Do you remember the way? Because this shit's new to me.
Yeah. I know. But
I'm following
if we,
your lead.
like, are we just gonna go in and be like, hey?
Does the throne room have like secret like vents or windows that some of us could set up by?
Roll an intelligence
Drop in
check.
from above.
I would know that, though. Like, if I...
It's a low
left-
DC, but
Yeah.
sneaking into the throne room was not really your forte.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What'd you say, intelligence?
Yeah.
Because I am so smart.
Hmm.
And that's a 13.
You are.
Okay. There's not a lot of secret entrances to the throne room. There are several paths that the troops would use. If there's an emergency, they funnel in from the barracks area into these things. There's a balcony above that has 4 doors that lead into that upper balcony for archers. There's also the balcony that leads to the outside for wyverns to land and enter into the throne room if need be.
I mean, I don't think it would be a terrible idea for some of us to have different vantage points.
Agreed. Kristen's gonna be standing there just stoically, staring off into the distance.
As always.
Where were you thinking, Clover? I mean, obviously, I have to go in and be like, oh, hey, what up? You're gonna die. But
Yeah, so you just said that there's like these entrances that go up to like an upper deck where archers usually do their thing. So if you can direct me there, or maybe these guards. You guys are on our side now, right? These guards are on our side now, right? Maybe me and a
They
couple.
left.
yeah, did they
Guard.
go to the dungeon?
Yeah, they've already begun to make their way to try and go to the dungeon and rescue your friend.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, whenever we do the throne room thing, if you like direct me up there, I'll go hide up there and wait for shit to go down. If you think that's a good idea.
I think so.
Hopefully there aren't already archers up there. Yes.
Yeah, you can't go.
Yeah,
I would say don't go by yourself.
that's a good point. And we don't
But
want to
you're
draw
thinking-
attention to me before
Yeah.
you even get a chance to talk to her.
All by yourself. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking all by myself. I was just thinking me amongst whoever else.
I mean, this place already seems to be on high alert. So
Should we have followed the guards down into the dungeon to get your family, or were they like freak out when they saw you?
They're
I think
little.
it was a trap.
You think that's a trap? Right, okay.
Especially if she wanted me to go there.
Right.
Yeah, there was some indication that she wanted you to see how tortured everybody else was.
Okay.
So what's the plan, guys? Where are you headed?
Clover, would you be okay with me joining you?
You good with the bow and arrow?
Yeah, I don't think you have distance, do you?
No, but I don't like the idea of her being on her own.
Well,
We-
somebody else with distance go.
We could all take care of the high ground together, and that could just be our entrance.
I mean, I have ranged abilities. I just would have, if we're sneaking up there, I'd have to take this armor off.
I just want to be close enough to keep all of you alive.
Yeah, Finnick, you're not the most sneaky.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't want Whisper to use up all of her magicalness for the day, but she had that one spell that made us all pretty sneaky.
I could use
Pass
it
without a trace.
one time. I think it's worth it.
Well, because are you planning on just barging in there while the rest of us sneak in?
Yeah. Fully
Um,
expecting that this might be a trap for me, but I also think she likes to talk a lot and hear her own voice, so she's probably going to be like, oh, you came and I am horrible, and look at all these things, you hurt me, and now I hurt you, and she's probably going to blabble on forever, so we'll have time. I don't think she's going to attack me right away.
Well, I'm just gonna form a telepathic bond with Whisper, so that way her and I can, like, she can give real-time updates.
nice. Yeah, if this is the plan, before we separate, Quell is gonna cast protection from evil and good on. It's until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Fae and fiends are in there. And the protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, and the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Nice.
Ooh.
Damn.
Good call.
That's amazing. Thank you, Cloud.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want things getting out of hand before we get down there.
Alright. Well, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
You sure you're okay going alone?
Yeah. But do you want the pass without a trace?
We'd have to be close to you.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Well, I could be, like, obnoxiously loud, and then they're all paying attention to me.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to prepare before you head into this? Even if it's just like saying, okay, right before we walk through the door, I want to cast this.
Yeah.
Get everything you want to
Whisper.
prepare. Because, like I said,
I'm gonna hand you a potion of healing, just in case.
Real quick, while we're standing there, I'm actually going to dip 3 of my arrows into this vial of venom that I have.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything else anyone wants to prepare?
I would like to assemble a gigantic cannon made of arcane energy that will atomize anybody that gets shot with it.
All right, cool. Roll a
Monks are
d20.
crazy. Monks are crazy.
Natural 8.
All right. It explodes and you all die.
Damn.
Quell is going to address the team. He's going to take out his wooden staff of Melora. And he's going to say, if I do happen to go down, somebody take care of this, and you'll have a healer.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
not gonna let you go down. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna eat a piece of jerky.
How do you still have food left over?
And an appetite.
I
I'm not
take
sh-
a lot of food.
she's always.
She's always got an appetite. I'm just surprised any of it's left.
So I'm gonna reach into my backpack, pull out the notebook that you all have seen me pull out and scribble in all the time. I'm gonna scribble in it really fast and then put it back in my bag.
Jerky, 17 days old. 2.
Yeah, how many points is that?
I guess we're as ready as we're ever gonna be.
Okay, is that
Yep.
everyone?
Y'all want me to be obnoxious? Is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you begin to make your way down the path towards the castle you grew up in, Whisper, you see it, this large elven structure carved into the mountain in front of you, making your way up to the beautifully intricate stained wooden doors that are beautifully carved and designed in this wonderful design of elven triumph over the lunar dragon in this area, a story you're familiar with based off your family's heritage and lineage. You climb up those steps and press the doors open, opening into this large entrance hall, which you again are familiar with. You see and hear the cries of your soldiers off in the distance that you gather maybe the troops that you had sent in just prior. As you look
just thinking about fan art, I would love to see Whisper coming through castle doors like Aragorn.
you can shoving them open.
Just double dooring it, just Whisper on her own with the fight raging in the background. That'd be amazing.
Whisper, as you step through the doors, that familiar air hits you once more of your childhood home. The tinged by the sour smell of sulfur as it burns against your nose. Looking around the typically white marble halls of your ancestral home, you see these blood splatters and burns of fire that seem to pockmark the hall. Fresh blood from the guards you had just sent through. Off to one of the sides, you see one of the soldiers you'd seen not moments before, his entire face caved in with these deep claw marks. The rest of them seemingly moving forward and continuing their trek down to rescue anyone they can from the dungeon. As you all begin to move your way into the grand hall, Whisper knowing the path directly towards the throne room that resides back. You pass the barracks on the side, the place that you know leads up towards the upper deck if you decide to send any of your party members that way. Is anyone going to go through the barracks to get to the upper deck?
To the
Yeah.
upper deck, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just real quick so I know, so I can prepare. Who is going through the barracks to the upper deck? Just quick raise of hands.
That scares me, but me.
I don't know if I should or not.
Is Tristan going?
That's why I've got 2 hands
Okay,
up.
you only one hand's in frame on the camera. Sorry, I have it framed certain ways. Sorry, everyone. Okay,
Let me bring
I'm about to
So-
like, flip a coin or something. Like if I should or
Did you say you're flipping Quell? What?
not. Flipping a coin.
as the three of you break off.
4
Who's
for
four?
Tristan.
Us.
Tristan.
Oh, Finnick, are you going upstairs? Who's Quell's going? I'm sorry, I missed one. Sorry.
Was the plan for all of us to go upstairs?
I thought.
Plan is
so.
for an entire army to drop in from above.
Okay.
So Finnick is going as
So
well.
many
Everyone but
SWAT
Whisper is
teams.
going to the upper deck. Okay.
I'm scared.
And I still have that telepathic bond with.
Okay. All right. So we will switch then to the rest of the team as you all make your way into the barracks room. As you enter into the barracks, you see coming through that front door, you're initially greeted with the armory. There's rows of long pikes. There are spears, swords, battle axes. Everything you could possibly ask for to outfit a small personal guard is laid out in this room.
Nice.
Is
There
there like a chest in that room that I could throw them in and lock? So they don't have backup weapons?
There is not a chest in the room. They are laid up against the wall in racks. So, I mean,
But if you'd like to do something like that, Finnick and I have a bag of holding.
certainly an
Steal
option.
all their weapons.
You could. They're all wood-handled weapons too. So if you wanted to take the time to destroy them, you could. Except for the swords, obviously, but you could bend swords.
I don't
if you
think we have time, but if we want to fuck up some guards, we can steal some of their shit on the way. Just like as we run, just grab what we can into the bag of holding. Is that kind of what you were imagining?
That works.
All right, so let's say roll a d20 to see how many weapons you're able to quickly throw into the bag.
Who?
Anyone.
If I help, can whoever have advantage?
Sure. I'll say, yeah. Whoever wants to roll, go ahead and roll at advantage to see how many weapons you throw in the bag.
I'll hold the bag open for Finnick because Finnick is stronger than me and can pick up weapons.
Okay. Just two flat d20s.
Yes.
Natural 20.
Hey!
All right. I will say there are maybe about five to 10 weapons still laid out there, a little random assortment, but they're all kind of scattered on the ground as you just fucking run through with all of your arms wide open, just shoving weapons into the bag of holding. But you get a good chunk of all of the defensive forces weapons shoved into the bag, or at least inoperable in one way or another.
I will need an itemized list later.
Yeah, well, we'll go. I'll send you a list of weapons that you have. As you come through and make your way into the secondary chamber of the barracks, there are rows of bunk beds kind of laid out, about 10 sets of bunk beds in total, with a desk on the far wall with a chair behind it. You see a guardsman there, his armor similar to the guards you saw at the front, seated at the chair, kind of scribbling into the logbook. You see him turning the pages, writing notes. Doesn't seem to have too much awareness of what's going on around him until you all enter into the room, and his head kind of pops up, this quizzical look on his face. Can I help you?
Yeah, I think I'm lost. Where's the bathroom?
You're not supposed to be here. He kind of stands up. You see him pull a sword from the sheath and pushes the chair to the side.
I'm gonna cast Suggestion
Okay.
on him.
All right. What's he got to roll?
That is a Wisdom saving throw.
That is a 7.
That is a fail.
Okay.
So just sort of like reaching out, I'm gonna cup his cheek and go, just let us do our thing. Just stay here. You'll be fine.
Kind of see him sheath his sword before sitting back down in front of his logbook. Just make sure you put it in the log so I can keep track of everything.
Of course.
You
know, it seems like a great time for a nap, actually.
I'm on shift. I can't take a nap. That'd be irresponsible.
With Suggestion, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. So I'm just gonna tell him to take a nap.
All right. I see him close his book and just kind of rest his arms on the desk.
You look so tired. Why don't you get
Just a little kip. Just a little
Last
kip.
night was crazy. You see him begin to drift off to sleep.
Night night.
Okay. As you begin to make your way through the barracks room, you see a few other guards there that are sleeping in their bunks. You gather these are probably guards that are on the opposite shift of whoever has been set forth already. But you all begin to... Just go ahead and everyone roll a stealth check for me to see if you wake anyone on the way through. Can you guys hear my air conditioner? Because I feel like it might be loud.
I don't really hear
I'm more worried
anything.
about mine.
It's hard to tell when I listen on my
Yeah,
phone.
fly.
Chat, let us know if you hear any background noise so we can correct it for you guys.
I got a 19 stealth.
19?
Wait,
I got
did
a
Whisper
22.
pass without a trace or no?
No.
It's an 11. Oh wait, I have magical guidance, so I can spend a sorcery point to reroll.
24.
Got a 12.
Clover, what'd you roll? I'm sorry.
Oh, 22, sorry. I
Finnick,
forgot.
what'd you roll?
12.
12? Okay. I'll say as a group, you guys did well enough. They're all sleeping, so you are able to make your way through the barracks room without actually waking any of the other guards. Putting to sleep the one that was in charge of security for the room. But you all make your way towards the back, where you eventually are greeted by a door. What do you guys do to the door? Are you checking the door or anything?
I'm always checking the door.
All right,
If there's
roll-
a door, I'm gonna check it.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Plus 9. Okay, that was a dirty 20.
Okay. As you kind of investigate the
Stuff.
door, it is not trapped, but it is locked.
I pick it.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Oops.
roll a d20 and add your
Proficiency.
proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You kind of sit there for a moment. You get your tools in your furry little hands, and you quietly begin to tinker against the lock before eventually you hear it click, and the door opens. As you open the door, you look inside. You are greeted by a set of staircase that leads up, and then eventually splits off into two separate directions. Oh my god, what just happened? I lost everything.
That way was good. We win.
Oh, I just lost everyone for like a solid minute, so...
We
Yeah,
lost
you're right.
you, so.
We all lost you too.
Okay.
Yeah. Check on the stream.
Yeah, the stream is messed up.
While you were gone, we went upstairs and everything was just fine.
Yeah, but our stream
Wait,
is
so is
present
the-
on Twitch.
It's reconnecting.
Not a new age geek stream.
New Bluetooth headphones this time, so hopefully my audio will work. I'm very excited. I tried it there last game and
welcome
that died
to
on
somebody.
me.
Alright, that was insane.
Back on. All right.
We're back
That was
on.
wild. Everything just crashed for me in 1 second. All at the same
Okay.
time. Alright, I think we're back.
Well, where we left off was I had just opened the door and you were
Yes.
describing these staircases
Okay,
to us.
thank you. So, opening the door, you look, and it comes up to this long staircase that goes up the entire floor before splitting off into two different directions.
Nice. I'm gonna listen for footsteps in either direction.
Roll a perception check for me.
14.
14. Okay. You kind of tilt your ear to the hallway and listen close, but you don't hear anything. You hear the vaguest sound of voices echoing, but you can't make out anything that they're saying.
Gotcha. There's voices up there. You guys just want to flip a coin, left or right?
Can you tell where the voices are coming from?
They seem to be echoing down the halls, and you can't really get a sense of direction.
I'll go left.
We might as well all go the same way, right? Or should we should never split up. We shouldn't split up.
I mean, we also just
Agreed.
let Whisper go in on her own.
Well,
Yeah,
Whisper is strong and knows this place, and is gonna have a really long conversation with her sister.
Yeah, the sooner we get up there, the sooner we have eyes on her again. So
All right, then let's
I will
go.
feel better.
Okay.
As we start to go left, I do want to like kind of hone in on the voices and see if they get weaker or stronger as we continue that way.
Okay. Roll a investigation check for me.
Stream's messed up for me again.
7.
Is it crashing again?
It may
9.
just
No, it's
be
alright.
me.
16.
16.
Yep.
Okay. As you kind of try and pinpoint the direction, it seems like the voices are coming from some other room and are echoing into the hallway. So it's coming from all sides.
Okay. Let's just keep going where we're going.
Okay.
Right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or-
yeah. I'm just being a 12-year-old child. That's
As you make your way down the left hallway, Whisper. You stand alone now in the entrance hall to your ancestral home. You know the rooms. There are servants' quarters. There are just a vast majority of rooms. There's kitchens that you can go to if you wanted to seek that out. There is the dungeon, which lies one of the many entrances to it lie not far from your location, and you can hear the sounds of battle and the cries of people echoing up that staircase. And in front of you lies the entrance to the throne room. Where would you like to go?
So I would know how long it would take them to go the roundabout way to get to that higher ground, right?
Yep.
Would it? How long? Okay, how long would it take them?
Probably about 15 to 20 minutes if they took their time.
Yeah, and it hasn't been that long yet, right?
It's been about a minute since they left you.
Oh,
And
ew.
I still have the telepathic bond, so I should have just asked. In retrospect, but
And what were the rooms that were nearby? Sorry, the kitchen and.
Right. There's you could either go up the stairs towards where the residents are, like the servants' quarters, the various quarters for the royalty, the royal family, yourself included. If you stayed on the first floor, you could make your way over to the kitchen. There's the banquet hall. And if you decided to descend to the level below, you could make your way towards the dungeon.
I'm gonna go to the residence quarters. And I want to see if I can find any clues or anything, because I know I have got some time until they get up there. So I'm gonna go fast.
Okay.
Get rid of the quarters.
Okay, so you begin to make your way over towards the residence quarters. You just ascend one of the several staircases up towards the quarters there. As you arrive onto that landing, it makes its way off into two separate directions before they kind of begin to work their way deeper into the entirety of the castle. You know that if you continue on these paths, some of the like your parents' room and your aunt's rooms were descended deeper into the castle for security purposes, whereas a lot of the outer rooms were more for like people visiting. There's the guest rooms that on the outside, so they oversee the city, and there's the rooms that you and your family would stay in, and there's also all of the guest quarters that lie even further outwards for servants and the sort.
We lost SonCraft.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it back.
I want to check out where my family and I would stay.
Okay. As you make your way down the hall towards... Apparently SonCraft isn't working. As you make your way down the hall towards your old room,
I didn't want to go to my room. I want to go to...
Well, it's in the direction. It's in the one direction. As you make your way down the hall towards the rooms of you and your kin, the entirety of the castle, as you begin to move further and further away from the sounds of battle below you, begins to take on this almost eerie quiet, a sound that you're not familiar with. Typically, there's bards that would fill the halls with their music. There's servants moving back and forth. There's just the variety of sounds that would typically accompany the castle. But as you begin to step down the halls, you come across first the rooms closest to the front, which would typically be reserved for the eldest siblings. You come across the first door on the right, which would have been Rodon's. And you see the door just destroyed and mangled and left in a pile on the floor. And as you turn and look inside the room, you see many months old blood splatter now against what remains of the four-poster bed. As their sheets just crumpled into a pile, the bed is destroyed. There are bits of feathers that kind of just exploded out from the area. And you look at this space and you can see that if he wasn't killed in that fight, he was severely wounded, as there is just a tremendous amount of blood that fills the room and the surrounding area. Got it back.
Is there any pattern to the blood splatters? Like, it's all in one area, or it's like all over the place and there was a battle in the whole room?
Roll a investigation check for me.
14.
Okay. Tracking battles and tracking footprints and this sort of thing is not really a strong suit of yours. So it's kind of hard to tell. You do know your brother was a great fighter, and as you kind of look from the doorway trying to gather all this in, you do see the faint bits of these like burnt explosions that look like they happened, leaving these scorch marks in various places. And you see the fine cutouts that would denote a sword being swung in various areas. So you kind of gather that it looks like your brother might have put up a fight in this area. Whether he survived or not you're not able to tell.
I'm gonna check the next room.
Okay. Moving towards the next room, you see the door of your sister, Dale, and the door is untouched. Do you open the door?
Mm-hmm.
You open the door. The room doesn't seem like it's been slept in a long time. It's almost identical to how you remember her room being. It's extravagant and luxurious in an ostentatious way. All the clothes seem like they've been removed from it. But there was like the mannequin that she used to wear. Get the dresses prepped for herself, sitting in the room, just alone, standing there. Its wooden self, just sitting there in the quiet darkness of the room.
Is there a desk?
There is a desk, her typical writing desk that she would have in the far corner.
I want to check the desk and check the drawers of the desk. And
Sure.
See if I find anything.
Roll an investigation check for me.
I'm so good at investigation. Goodness. 12.
Okay. You make your way over to her desk and you begin to open up some of the drawers. It seems like a lot of it, anything that was in there, was probably taken out. There's a little bits of makeup and some of the normal things that she would use. Whatever's left over seems like stuff she's either moved on from or discarded in one way or another. You do, however, see the faint scratches of like a moon carved into one of the inner drawers. But that's about it.
How long has it been now, you think?
Probably about 10, getting close to 15 minutes.
I'm gonna check one last room before turning around.
All right, whose room do you want to check?
Oh, my favorite, Felon.
Okay. Making your way towards the next room. You see the door, similar to how Rodon's door is heavily... while it is there, unsimilarly to Rodon's, it is scarred heavily with what appear to be slash marks, and it does seem like it was at one point taken off its hinges, but eventually reapplied in a makeshift fashion. As you kind of open up the door, you see a similar sight to what was in Rodon's room, though the blood stains appear to be much heavier, and there are less flame scorch marks pocking the room, seeming that denoting that maybe he didn't have as much luck or skill as Rodon might have had.
No other things around the room, papers.
Roll another investigation check for me.
That's 18.
As you kind of begin to search the room a little bit more, you notice that this room doesn't look like it's been slept in just as long as the others. There doesn't seem like life has been being had here. It seems abandoned. You see, looking around, well, you don't find any notes or anything like that. You see drag marks, streaks of blood denoting like a body was dragged from the space out into the hallway before they eventually disappear.
Gruesome. I think that's been enough time, I'll say to myself, and head back towards the throne room.
Okay. So, as you make your way back down, eventually coming face to face with the large, ornate, wooden carved doors of the throne room. Is there anything you'd like to do in this moment to prepare?
Take a deep breath. I'm just gonna walk up and open the door.
Okay. As you open the door to the throne room, you are filled with the sight. The large, grand throne room fills the space before you. White marble floors lining the entirety of the space in front of you. The center dais stepping up into the large bonfire space that fills the center. You see a fire licking the space in the middle. The far corners, you see the two typically ancestral trees that normally fill the space, formerly filled with lush green foliage, rotted and dying in the corners. You see the water running from the two spaces behind each of them down the wall to feed the formerly healthy trees. You see the water still filling that space, but with little to no effect, and it would seem. The throne that used to sit there, the formerly golden and white marble throne, has now been changed. It still looks similar, but there are now harsher curves to the stone, and the formerly white stone has now turned to this dark pitch black. And you look to see, as the stone seems, that blackness seems to be creeping out into the white stone beneath it, spreading any sort of influence it has, it seems. In the corners to your left and right, you see large black obelisks placed up with a similar golden filigree, though as you look at them, you see these do you speak Infernal?
No.
Okay. You see these strange, harsh markings in gold covering each of the obelisks in the corner. Looking out, you see the familiar balconies above each of the walls here. And you see the balcony that leads out to where, in case of emergency, the wyverns can be summoned to enter into the hall. And across from you, seated on the throne, you see your sister. Seated, long black dress with this bits of fabric that connect to her wrists. She kind of sits on the throne, just watching as you enter. So
I never took you for the spooky ooky sorcerer vibe, I'm not really sure it's doing you any favors.
I really can't wait to kill you.
Sorry.
What do you want from me?
I want you to feel the pain you put me through.
Oh, you're so basic.
Got her.
What is your ultimate goal here?
Well, I mean, I have power now.
You always had power, though.
Not enough. You know I wasn't ever going to get the throne.
Why would you want that? It's so stuffy. You and I both knew it was way more fun to just have power than to actually run anything. But I guess you're not really running anything, you're just killing everyone.
Well, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, right?
Well, why do you have to do that?
Because if I wanted to get my revenge on you, I needed to make a deal.
You realize I'm like younger than you and probably weaker than you, and you really didn't have to go through all of this trouble for me. So like, what's your goal other than me? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna kill me, and then what?
Whatever he decides. Expand our empire out from here.
Who's he? And how are you gonna have an empire if you kill all the people you're supposed to rule? That's what I'm not understanding here.
You see her kind of stand up from the chair and begin to walk down the steps towards you. What do you call yourself now? Whisper?
Yeah.
That's a dumb name. I don't think it really matters, because you're not going to live past today to see what my plan is. And to what we're going to do. And to kill everything and everyone who cares about you.
Well, that's not many people, so I mean, you'll be done probably today.
That's fair.
Overlook yet?
Roll a d4 for me.
Me?
D4.
Or them?
Anyone.
3.
Okay. So I'll say not yet.
While she steps down. Never mind. Go ahead. It's too far.
What'd you want to do?
Whatever I was gonna do, it's too far out of range, so never mind.
Okay. She's continuing to walk towards you, so if there's something you want to do, just call it out. So, fifth. As you look at her, as she gets closer and kind of steps out from behind the flames, you see her skin is once again that just beautiful, unscarred skin that she had before you had destroyed her face, essentially. So, do we just want to get this over with now, or where are your friends? Should I torture them in front of you first?
I don't know. What'd you do to mom and dad and our brothers and sisters?
Well,
Did you make them watch?
well, before, some of them were rescued, from what I understand, and I think Nestor is in Westrun or something like that. Yeah, they were able to get him out before I got a hold of him. Either way.
How did you kill Rodon anyways? He was always stronger than you.
Oh, Rodon's not dead.
Oh. When she reaches about halfway across the room to me, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
So where is he then? Is he under your control like Bellin is?
No, you'll find him downstairs, don't worry.
Oh, great. I just don't get your ultimate goal here. I feel like you're thinking too small world.
She is now halfway across the room.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Spark Skin on myself.
Okay.
And my skin's gonna turn into this dried tree branch looking appearance.
Okay, so as she steps halfway across the room, crossing the threshold, you cast the spell and you feel your skin like bark begins to protrude and crawl up your arms. And as that happens, you see a familiar green spark of energy trace across her fingers. She holds a hand out towards you.
We're not there yet, are we?
No.
Is he counterspelling the bark skin?
Worth it.
Or is she attacking?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
I'm confused.
I think
That
at this
is-
point I'd be checking in with Whisper.
And that is a 15.
All right. So you just save. So you take. I have to use the D&D Beyond for this. You take 32 points of necrotic damage
Jesus.
Ooh.
as that sickly green beam slams against you. You bark skin, you see instantly blacken and turn to rot on your shoulder as the beam hits you. You feel your life force suck from your body. As you are hit by the finger of death.
Where are we?
That being said, I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
From where? Like, where are we?
I'm going to place you all momentarily. I'm stressed.
You're stressed.
Imagine us.
She only gets one of those, right?
Joe, what's the best way to whisper to you?
Whisper.
All right, 25 to 20.
You got 22.
I got a 20 as Gormrog.
Clover got a 22, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Gormrog got a 20. 20 to 15.
18.
17.
17. Hey.
Whee. Tristan should probably go first.
And Whisper, what'd you get?
13.
All right.
And so, did the finger of death destroy the bark skin?
No.
Oh, okay.
What does Barkskin do exactly? I'm sorry.
It I mean, actually, I would probably lose concentration from that, or I'd have to roll to see.
Yeah,
if
you
I
got to
would-
roll.
Okay, what do I roll for that?
Well, what does it do first?
Until the spell ends, the target's skin has a rough bark-like appearance, and the target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor it's wearing.
Just for artistic sake, I'll say she hit you before you were casting the spell, so you get the spell up still, and you don't have to worry about the concentration check for this round, okay?
Okay.
All right, so top of the round is going to be you, Clover. So, that being said, you are in the hallway behind... You can't even fucking see it, can you? So you are in the hallway behind this balcony, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you can either enter in through this doorway or make your way around to this doorway. Where would-
I'll make. Well, how far away is the other doorway?
So 35 feet will put you through this door. Right here.
And that's like, what's that black thing? Is that like a...
This?
Yeah.
That's a stone obelisk that reaches about 30 feet up, but it doesn't. It's in the actual main room and not blocking the balcony at all.
Okay. And the balcony, is it, how does that look? Is it like a wooden like what does the bar, the outer part of the balcony look like? Is it see-through?
Sure. The balcony has this this golden, intricately designed handrail that kind of is about 4 feet, 3 to 4 feet high, about waist high for an elf. For you, it's a little, little high for you, but you're able to shoot through it. Like it's got openings for you to be able to aim through.
But
it provides no
not,
cover.
But it provides zero cover.
Correct.
So it's transparent.
Yes. I mean, they're thin little rods that are actually like holding up the handrail. So it's more, doesn't seem like it's there for protection.
So there's no place there that I could hide.
Correct.
Well, if I can't hide either way, I'm just going straight forward.
To this door, this door,
I'm going to the door right in front of me.
this door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have 25 feet of movement, I'll say. So you can move anywhere you want on
So
this.
is that my starting point?
I would say 10 feet to get into there.
Okay. I'm walking right in and I'm shooting the arrow that has poison on it.
All right. Do you want to move this way, or do you want, because you're going to be blocking the door if other people?
I'll take 2 steps to the right.
Okay.
And now I'm shooting one of my arrows with drow poison.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So how do you want me to roll the poison? There's a couple of different ways. So how do you do it?
Is it the poison condition or poison damage?
I put drow poison on my arrow. So one of the ways is that it can be the condition. So she would have to roll a Constitution save, and if she failed, then she is poisoned, or she just takes a certain die of poison damage.
All right. I don't know what the DC is for drow poison at the moment, so unless you have it on there.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll a 1d12 for poison.
All right.
Okay. Is that right, Adam? Do you know that? I mean, Quell?
I have no idea.
Because there's different types of poison. I've just never used drow poison specifically.
If it doesn't say in the description of the item, then
Then I'll just use regular poison.
I have no idea.
Drow poison, it says it has a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned.
Okay.
And the creature is also unconscious while poisoned this way. Nice.
All right. 1d8 plus 4. So my piercing damage is 10 piercing, and then you have to roll a Constitution 13.
Okay.
But because she's elven, wouldn't she be immune to magical sleep?
It's not magical. It's chemical.
All right. So she rolled a 12 on her Constitution check.
Okay.
And how much damage does she take?
Well, it says that she's just poisoned.
Well,
It's a
no,
condition.
from the arrow.
Oh, that was a 10 piercing damage.
Okay. And she falls asleep, you said? Correct?
Quell, what did you say was part of the condition?
Oh, it does say, it says, while poisoned in this way, the creature is also unconscious. They wake up if they take damage, or if another creature takes an action to shake them awake.
anyways. So does that end your turn?
It does.
Okay. So
I'm gonna take a. I already used 10, 20. I'm gonna take one more step to the right in case anyone wants to come in through this door, and
All right.
that ends my turn.
So next up would be her turn, but she is asleep.
Nice.
So that ends her turn. Gormrog, you're up.
I'm in the hallway. Do I notice any other possible threats besides the bitch we're coming to?
If you want to take your action to try and do a perception check, you can, but you don't hear anything at this exact moment that would alert you to that.
Just in this moment. I'm not gonna burn an action.
Okay.
Like if there's nobody immediately present, I'm gonna move around to the other entrance.
Okay.
And just try to get a vantage point of whatever I can.
Okay. So that's 35 feet to get to that entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other movement left?
I got 5 feet.
Okay. Do you want to go left or right? Up or down?
Up. Yeah.
All right. You still have your action, your bonus action.
You know what? Yeah. Let me burn a action to check out the room and what's going on here.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Damn.
Where are my skills? So that's a total of 7.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
I'm not even gonna acknowledge if I see it.
You see everything I've already described.
You don't notice anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on doing anything else at this point.
All right. Next is going to be another creature's turn, and as you see her laying there, a creature appears next to her and begins to scratch at her leg, waking her up. Wake up, you hear it? Wake up, master. He will not be pleased. And scratching her leg, and you see her eyes begin to flitter open. She is still prone, still on the ground, but she is now conscious.
All right. I know what that is.
Yep.
Gormrock doesn't, and I love it.
Okay. Finnick is up next.
Okay. I'm gonna go out towards where Clover was.
Okay.
Or where Clover was headed. How high up is this balcony?
30 feet.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not right. It's 15 feet. I apologize.
Okay. How bad does Whisper look at this moment?
Whisper, how bad do you look?
Horrible. At death's door.
Jesus. Okay. If I'm able to clock that, if I'm able to, how much movement have I used up so far?
10 feet to get to that door.
Okay. Can I jump over the balcony?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I kind of just want to I'm trying to hop over so I can run to Whisper.
Roll a athletics check for me. Or acrobatics, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Either one.
Okay, well, definitely. It says I have advantage on athletics check with my rope of climbing. I don't know if I have to do any of that.
I'd say you can use your action to tie off the rope of climbing if you wanted to do that.
I'm just gonna. I don't want to waste an action. I'm just gonna go for it.
All right.
Okay. Don't fuck me. Okay, so 17?
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
I'll say it takes up 15 feet of your movement, but you are able to land on your feet and not break anything.
Okay. And I am going to have to dash to get over to Whisper.
So you have 20. You used 25 feet so far. So you have
So,
what, 5 feet left?
I will have to use a dash to get over
Right.
to
So 5 feet, and then you want to use a dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I kind of want to. Can I move one more square up? Just so I'm right next to Whisper.
That was right here. Or you want to move here?
Yeah, there's good.
Okay.
And can't really do anything else, so I'm gonna stay right there.
All right. Anything you want to do with your bonus action?
I don't got nothing.
All right. Tristan.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I'm gonna have Tristan walk in and over to where Clover is.
Okay.
Knowing him and the bond he's been trying to make with her, I know he's gonna want to protect her at all costs. And older brother sort of vibe. So I'm gonna have him go to her, and he's going to use his bolstering magic feat. So with one hand, he's gonna pull out his sword, and with the other, he's gonna put his hand on her shoulder. And for 10 minutes, Clover can roll a d3 whenever making an attack roll or an ability check, and add the number to the d20 roll.
Okay.
I don't have a D3. Okay,
Roll a d6 and have it.
noted.
All right. Anything else Tristan wants to do for his turn?
As a bonus action, he's going to do his whole start shifting into this more bestial, fanged, lizard-like creature.
Okay. So,
He's going to get his temporary hit points.
okay.
And that's going to be it.
Alrighty.
Why is this?
Next up is Quell.
Okay, Quell's gonna run out onto the balcony.
Which balcony? This one or this one?
The one where everybody else came out.
Okay.
The southern one. And he can't get past Tristan, obviously.
Right.
So he is. How high is the balcony from the ground?
15 feet.
Awesome. He's going to do his teleporting down and forward. Trying to get as close to Finnick and Whisper as he can.
What's this range on that?
When
He is. Yeah, I combine them. He gets 30 feet to teleport, and then 30-foot move speed.
Okay, so 30 feet will put you right here, or here, or whatever you prefer.
That is fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And from there, he's going to cast Spirit Guardians
Okay.
to and exclude his friends. So autumn leaves start whirling around, and to all of his friends, they hit their faces like leaves. And to any bad guy, they slice right through.
What is the range on? What is it? A 10-foot sphere? 20-foot sphere?
It is out. Spirit Guardians. 15 feet around me.
Right.
Yep, and I designated all my friends. They're unaffected. And that's it.
Okay. All right. That ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Whisper, you're up.
I need to know the answer to my question. I
Are you-
sent it to you.
Are you messaging me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you answer that. Would you have?
I don't know. I don't know if those kinds of things are in the city.
Yeah. Well, they're in this world.
Yeah, but would there be a zoo like that in the city?
Roll a d20.
Okay.
If it's over 10, I'll say you would have. If it's under 10, you would not have.
Okay.
And you could roll it for each one if you want.
All right. Well, the first one's 14.
Okay.
Second one's 4.
So.
Alrighty. Well, I just got hit really hard. No one did anything to heal me, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Too far. Too catching up. So I am going to cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
Yes.
And 2 dire wolves will come into being.
I need direwolf minis, guys. If you want to send me a gift, I need direwolf minis. I have so many other minis. No direwolves.
And I have to roll initiative for them.
Direwolves are large creatures, so you're getting a bear and an elk right now?
Okay. And I want them to be in the middlemost place between me and Dale. Yeah.
Good?
And I have to roll initiative for them. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative and let me know where you fall out.
The initiative is as a group. So, 13.
Okay, so they go next.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
cool.
I tell them, because my verbal command is not an action, attack her and whatever that thing is. And I
Okay.
point to Dale.
Okay.
And then, also, they're gonna be like shimmery, iridescent, fey dire wolves
Okay.
looking girls. Like a blue-green shimmer to them.
Okay.
Cool. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to try and wild shape.
All right, what are you wild shaping into?
I don't know yet. Let's see.
Let's
if it works. Ooh, okay. I don't fail.
Okay.
I transform into a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh yeah.
Cats and dogs.
I was afraid it was going to be like a chipmunk or something.
I didn't fail, so it could have been if I failed.
So, in the space in front of you, Quell and Finnick, You see your friend cast out her hand, summoning these two large little Fey-inspired direwolves. You've seen direwolves in the past. I've seen them with their spikes and their matted furs. These two are different. The backs of the spines almost look like these bits of brambles that kind of protrude off their spines. Their fur almost looks like it has this wind that kind of flows through its fur, and it's just wonderfully combed fur. There's no matting on these wolves at all. They're exquisite. And as those two wolves appear, your friend next to you, you see her skin extend outwards and her body arc as her spine elongates and she lands on all fours. The long fangs of the saber-toothed tiger protruding from her mouth. Anything special about this form of yours, Whisper?
The tiger fur, the orange, is going to be just as, like, all over the place, pointed in different directions as my hair normally is.
The wild mane of Whisper just copying itself onto the fur of this saber-toothed tiger.
And there's going to be, like, the twigs and the leaves and the stuff still on me.
It's a beautiful halo kind of around the wolf's the tiger's hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that end your turn, Whisper?
And I'm gonna roar.
Okay.
Just really loudly.
Are we gonna hear a roar?
No.
I was definitely waiting for it.
No.
Alrighty. Let's say what is up next is going to be the wolves. Whisper, they are following your command. So I will say, go ahead and tell me what you want to do with these wolves.
I don't know if I can control them. I think they just follow my verbal, like, one command, if I'm reading it correctly.
All right.
I don't feel like I control them every move.
All right. So you told them to attack the two in front of you. This one's going to move here. And this one's going to move here. They're going to attack separately. Go ahead and roll the attack for this guy. How many attacks do they get?
I gotta pull up the direwolf stat. Hold on. I have open saber-tooth tiger stat. They just got one attack, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I roll the attack.
Yep.
That's 16 to hit. On the first.
All right. That one is going to hit. Roll damage.
Nine piercing damage.
Okay, you see him bite down into the small reddish creature.
And he's a creature, right?
Yeah.
He has to succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone from my bite.
That is a fail, so he is knocked prone, but still alive. Mm-hmm. You hear it cursing in some unknown language as the wolf bites down onto its arm and begins to tear off bits of its wing. Go ahead and roll the attack for this other one. It's going to be at advantage because she is prone.
Oh, advantage. 21.
That'll definitely hit.
Yeah. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage. Okay. You see the wolf bite down into her thigh and try and rip out a chunk of flesh from her. You hear her scream out a little bit as she is coming to consciousness. But that ends their turn. Did you want to move them at all?
Nope.
All right. Next up is going to be Clover. You're up again.
Yeah, I'm shooting my crossbow with another poison arrow, I don't know, just might as well use them up. And I'm shooting at Dale.
Okay.
Guess what that was, Joe? That was a fucking nat 20.
Yeah, it was.
Let's go.
It's at disadvantage though because she is prone.
No. It was a natural 20, Joe.
I know.
Shut up.
I know, but she's prone.
I get-
But if she didn't
Well,
use her game.
I have advantage because one of her enemies is within 5 feet of her, and
Then it's a flat roll, and that nat 20 goes through.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah, it
woo.
was.
Bitch. Sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Whoa.
My bad. So how do I roll this? I just double out the rolls and then add the plus.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's got to
You
roll
want
what
to.
on a Constitution saving throw?
13. And 3 of these guys.
That's a fail again. She is unconscious once more.
Because she's dead.
It's all coming together.
5, 8, 11.
Laugh like that.
14 times 2 is 28 plus 4. 32 damage. Are you frozen? Or did you hear that? I don't see anyone moving except for Dom. Did I freeze?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
That is a painful hit, that's for sure.
All right. And with that, I'm going to rabbit hop off of this balcony, which gives me that 15 feet to jump.
Yep.
And I'm going to use all of my movement to run in that direction. So 25 feet towards Dale.
There you go. Alrighty. Does that end your turn?
It does. It does end my turn. Thank you.
Cool. So she's unconscious again for her turn again. Cool. So Gormrog, you're up.
Grimrog being somewhat paranoid, thinking this is going a little too smoothly. How far away is she?
From you?
Mm-hmm.
65 feet.
And the little thing is still up?
Yep. It's prone, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna do some dope monk shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't monk.
Dope monk shit. Step 1, jump off the ledge. Step 2,
Acrobatics check.
use my reaction when I fall to reduce any falling damage I take by 30 points.
Don't
There's
bother.
no
'cause-
way
yeah,
15
don't bother.
It's gonna make a difference.
All right.
Step 3, burn a key point to take the dash action as a bonus action with Step of the Wind. And then use my movement to get the rest of the way because my movement speed is only 45 feet.
And then you had
then-
20 feet left from your jump, so 5, 10, so you're there.
Yeah, so I should be on top of them.
Yes.
And then with my action, I'm going to break out a weapon. I will break out my short sword of +1 damage. And I am going to pop the 2 of them, 1 each.
All right, go ahead and roll against the imp first.
Alright, against the imp, that is a 17 to hit.
That hits, and it only had 1 hit point left. So as you punt it, it just explodes into this ball of flame.
And then against Dale,
Okay.
that's a natural 20.
Fuckers. You son of
Plus 7, so 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then that is 4 on the dice, which gets doubled to 8, plus 4 for 12. And then because I'm a half orc, I get one more roll for 16 points of damage.
Okay. So, you kick the unconscious body with all of your force. You hear ribs crack underneath your foot. And she is instantly awoken again. But, still prone. Cool. That ends. Your turn?
It does. No, I used a movement, reaction, action, and bonus
Listen,
action.
I'm just asking. Maybe you have an item I don't know
what?
about.
Hold on. Wait. No. Because talking is a free action. Let's burn through these.
Yeah.
Standing over her while she is, poisoned and no longer tethered to an imp and surrounded by magical creatures and a whole bunch of people just jumping her. Gormog's gonna look down at her and say, "For your sake, you'd better surrender."
Okay. That is going to end your turn. Next up is going to be Finnick. Did Finnick freeze? What is going on today? All right.
It's very
Yeah.
strange vibes tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phoenix said her computer froze.
All right. Then we'll move on to Tristan for now. Tristan, Dom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm distracted by the chat. So Tristan, having seen everybody just jump off all at once, is going to say, and then he's going to jump off as well.
Okay.
I'm,
Roll an acrobatics or athletics check.
I'm back.
You bet.
Oh, Phoenix back.
Okay.
I know, my computer freezes at the worst time.
All right. So we'll just leave Tristan here for now. Finnick, what do you want to do?
Okay, I am going to use Healing Hands on Whisper, so that's 6 points back. And then
That heals like my hit points, not
Yeah, it's your
beast shape hit points, right?
yeah.
oh,
It's roll an intelligence check for me, Finnick.
Because my beast shape is in full health. but
Right.
I definitely am not.
Right.
So I don't know how that works.
that's a 17.
All right. I'll say you have some familiarity with Finnick, with Whisper's wild shape. You know that if you tried to heal her wild shape at full health, it would not transfer to her normal form.
Okay.
So you do not do that.
Shit. Okay. How far away am I from Dale?
20 feet.
Cool. I'm going to make my way over there. And then I am going to cast a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
And because I feel like it, why not make it a heightened spell? So if he has to
What does she have to roll?
Oh yeah.
Wisdom 15
And it's disadvantage, you said.
at disadvantage, correct?
Come on. God, are you kidding me? It's a 14!
Get fucked.
Fuck me.
Okay.
Not happy camper right now.
Okay. On a fail save, it takes 5d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if
Holy shit.
available to move as far as its speed allows away from me. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, such as fire or a pit. So. Okay.
That's a good sound.
Oh,
That is 17 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
And my whispers are just gonna say, sort of like,
Dissonant whispers.
all empires are gonna come to an end. Too bad yours won't even begin.
as you say that, Finnick, you hear the sword behind you whispering into your mind, yes, let the empires end. They're all evil and corrupt. Use me. Take me out. Let me cut off her head.
One demented sword.
And she has to use a reaction, you said, to move?
Use her reaction to move as far away from
So
if she is able to.
that's half her movement to stand up and then 15 feet.
And then
Which would
because
mean-
Gormrog right next to her, does he get an opportunity
Which
attack?
would mean Gormrog and this wolf go ahead and get opportunity attacks. And Finnick, because you have your reaction.
Cool. I'm gonna use shock because I'm a warcaster. I can use shocking grasp as reaction.
So, all's fair in rules. I've already used my reaction.
Oh, that's correct. Thank you.
It doesn't refresh at the end of your turn.
No, it refreshes when it comes back to my turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well.
What'd you use your reaction on?
The-
Fall damage.
Like the
Oh,
thing.
gotcha. Thank you.
19 to hit,
That'll hit.
and then for 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And it cannot take reactions until the start of its next. Even though she just used her reaction.
Son of a bitch. All right.
She's not wearing metal armor, is she?
No, she is not. Let me double check. No.
Okay. So that.
That ends your turn.
Yes.
What did the wolf roll, Whisper?
For what?
The opportunity attack?
Oh, I didn't realize I had one. Rolling. Nope, that was not one.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be Tristan.
So, like I said, he's gonna jump down with the and then follow everybody else down.
Okay, athletic check or acrobatics?
Right. I had rolled a 14
Okay.
plus his 3, I think it was.
Okay, so he's good.
Yeah, plus 3. He's got a 40-foot movement speed. Can that get him to where she is?
So that's minus 15 for the jump. So that's 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does not get him close enough?
And how can I get creative with this? I don't want him to waste a rage. I don't want him to...
Can he dash and just get right up on her?
Could. I'm looking at actions versus bonus actions because I'm not used to his subtype of barbarian, but I think that's what I'm gonna wind up doing. Who am I passing on the way to get to her if I dash?
Clover, Gormrog, this wolf, and Finnick.
Alright, wolves have pack tactics, and he would know that. So,
Excuse me.
dash is an action though, right?
For him, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, then I'm just gonna get right up on her and just be like, surprise, motherfucker.
Okay.
Solid. Love it.
Actually, shoot me here. All right.
Love to see it.
That ends his turn. Next up is Quell.
Okay. Quell's gonna run up. Who is it that's right between the two dire wolves?
Between the two direwolves, that's Gormrog, and then this is Finnick.
Okay. I guess I'm behind Gormrog, if I can get there.
You want to get behind Gormrog?
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Right. Good. So my spirit guardian is 15 feet, and I am going to. Quell is going to close his eyes and say, "Melora, guide my hand," as a thorn whip materializes out of it.
Okay.
And he is going to go for the thorn whip with the dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. That'll hit.
And that does 5 damage.
Okay.
And it pulls her into my spirit guardians, and she has to take a wisdom save.
How about?
That is a 17.
17 makes it, so she takes half damage, which is 7.
Which is how much?
7, and it's radiant.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
And her imp is already in my spirit guardians.
The
right?
imp's dead. That blew up a while ago.
Okay, cool. Then that'll be my turn.
All right. I don't think I may cry. Whisper, you're up.
All right. Can I run through people to her? No, right?
It's kind of getting crowded over there. What's your range? What's your speed?
40.
I'll say you could. If you go through the fire, you could make it to her, but you may take fire damage.
What a waste. I'm gonna go around the fire on the other side.
Okay.
So the shortest distance to get to her. Around the fire.
Oh, this way?
Yeah, that's shorter. I know I won't make it all the way to her, but... Does it make it to her?
She is here. You got Tristan between you.
Oh, okay. Alright, well then I'll stay there.
All right.
That's my turn.
All right. The wolves are up next. They are gonna. This one's gonna go ahead and just attack because it's already right there. So go ahead and roll an attack for him.
That is 21 to hit.
That'll friggin' hit.
And the bite attack. You would also get advantage on that, and that was the first roll. So should I roll again?
Sure.
Yeah. It's higher. It's 26, but
Okay.
not a crit. Then that's 12 points of piercing damage.
All right. This one's gonna move around here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Mm-hmm. And she's not prone or something, right?
No, she stood up from the other spell.
Okay. 23 to hit.
Okay.
That's max damage. 15 points piercing damage.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Clover, you're up.
I'm gonna slippity slide underneath of Mr. Gormrag's legs, and I'm going to hit Queen Dale with my rapier with booming blade.
Mm-hmm.
Joe looks so done.
Plus 6. I actually don't hit though. That was an 11.
You may do so now.
Yeah, Gilliban, too early.
There
My
you go.
turn.
There you go.
All right.
Hit me with your best shot.
All right. So that ends your turn.
I mean, I could
Oh no.
hide. Well, let me take a little. Let me look. Actually, you know what? Can I hide under Mr. Gormrag's legs?
You can certainly try.
Okay. My stealth is a 18.
Okay. You feel like you're hiding between his legs relatively well.
Wait, no, I meant Finnick. I'm sorry.
You feel like you're hiding between her legs relatively well.
Yeah, I always hide under Finnick's legs. I just feel like that's more appropriate for me.
All right. So, as you all are unloading onto the body of Whisper's eldest sister, you see her. Each hit is tearing chunks into her. Her body begins to slump over as wound after wound is penetrating against her flesh. She's looking rough, looking really, really rough. So rough that if that hit would have gone through, that would have been the end.
Shame.
But
Is it her turn?
it is now her turn.
I'll take a wisdom save. 15.
It goes on when she first enters and her first.
And when she starts her turn there.
Nice.
What's the DC?
15.
Fucker. You son of a bee.
That's 11 radiant damage, Joe.
Holy shit.
So, Quell,
Nailed it.
Yeah.
describe to me how your guardians dispatch Whisper's sister.
Well, last turn I whipped her in, and they started cutting at her face while simultaneously collapsing on everybody. And as everybody kicks her and whatnot, she starts to get up to cast whatever she was going to do. She's eviscerated by my leaves and falls back down.
All right. So,
Death by
as
leaves.
you pull you reach out with the thorn whip and you pull her into the swirling tornado of these radiant divine leaves. They begin to slice across her skin, you see that illusion that was the one side of her face begin to drop once more. When you see this disgusting, rotting flesh on the one side of her face, acid burns that just don't look like they've ever healed. Let's get some,
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Okay. You, as the leaves whip around, you see her trying to raise up this hand that, like it's like the face is just, there's exposed bits of flesh and muscle that you see her trying to do their best to protect against the divine leaves, but they're just passing through her hand, leaving these giant gaping slits as each one moves. You see her grasp hold of this arcane symbol and begin to harness power. This dome beginning to form around her of this black, sickly energy. You see her beginning to cast out as each of your party members slam against her. Clover, bringing up her blade, wreathed in the booming energy, she swings past, and she's able to just barely dodge out of the way. You see her preparing to launch this sphere of negative energy around all of you. And as you bring your hand, Quell, you focus the leaves once more and just crush your fist as it whips around her, specifically 1,000 cuts slicing up her body. Bring blood spurts across every inch of her flesh, and she slumps down to the ground, the spell evaporating in her grasp. She drops down to her knees, rage and anger against the scarred face looking at you before she slumps down to the ground, face planting.
As she slumps down to the ground, face planting, I'm gonna kick her.
Roll an attack for me at advantage.
Oh, well, she's dead, right?
Well, technically unconscious, unless you guys.
Oh no, that was just a petty kick.
All right.
That was just a kick of like bitch.
Okay, so as we finish up the fight, we're gonna go to break, as it is 11 o'clock, and we're gonna
break. We don't need a break.
I need a break because I gotta pee. There's gonna be a quick break. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Okay.
And we're back. So, picking up where we last left off, you all now stand in front of the destroyed. Quell, was your last hit meant to be fatal or not fatal? I just asked because Quell is a very unique individual, and I feel like that's a question that warrants an.
I can call it not fatal, and I think he would want that to be Whisper's decision.
Okay. So, as we come back into it, the leaves kind of finally finishing their tornado around Dale kind of begin to dissipate. Still there, but whirling around much slower around all of you. You stand now in front of the unconscious body of Dale as she lays there on the ground. What do you guys want to do?
Make space for Whisper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whisper is pawing at the leaves.
So
It takes a second for her to realize that everyone's looking at her.
Okay.
Look around. And then she's gonna walk over to Dale and bite her in the neck.
Nice.
Okay. You, as Tristan goes ahead and steps to the side, allowing you space to enter into the up next to you, sister. You begin to reach down and wrap the long tooth tusks. Are they not tusks? Is that right? Wrap the long teeth around her throat, lifting her up. You see her whole body begin to slump against the teeth, and you feel the pressure against the front of those teeth as her body, the weight presses against them. You feel her in her semi-conscious state begin to reach up and try and claw at your face, unable to really gather up any strength to do any sort of damage. You feel her hand like slap against your face before you bite down. The distinctive snap beneath your teeth as her neck breaks in two, and your mouth fills with the blood as it pours down your throat and across your teeth, splashing down onto the white marble floor.
I cough up a hairball on her.
You drop the body and allow the bile and hair to clump down on her skin. Now Dale is no more. What do you guys want to do?
I'm looking at Whisper in her animal form. And I look at the dead queen on the floor in front of me. Look back at Whisper. I don't know if you can understand me like this, but I'm not cooking this one.
Whisper will do a little like turn with a little hop in it. And am I still telepathically linked to Finnick?
I think so. How long does that last?
No, I mean probably not. It only lasts for 5 minutes.
But
Like how
you
long
could
it took.
reestablish the connection if you wanted to.
I will, yeah.
You tell me you're doing that because I don't know if I'd realize.
I'll just sort of look at you. How are you feeling? In your head.
I feel like that's probably not the end of whatever's happening here.
Oh, definitely not. There's something more wicked going on here.
I don't think, well, I think back. I don't think we
As
would
we
have
sort of
found
look at the-
answers.
What'd you say?
I don't think we would have found answers by keeping her alive.
No, she talks too much.
Finnick, in your head, you hear another voice protruding into your thoughts. So, she's the queen now, right?
I honestly have no idea. I know she doesn't want to be queen.
Well, I don't think she can be trusted. Did you not see the grotesque display of rage and arrogance? You should take her out before she's able to exert her corruption on the rest of the world.
A Whisper isn't the type to rule a kingdom.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
She's established that before. She doesn't want to.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Fucking what? I don't like this sword anymore. I've only had it a few days. 17.
Okay.
I'm scared.
You feel a pressure kind of push into your mind, and you feel your hand want to reach for the sword, but you're able to resist it for the moment.
Don't like this sword.
Watch her closely. She can't be trusted.
While there seems to just be like this random silence that Clover doesn't really understand, she'd like to look around to see if anyone happened to come in. She's looking up and down to see if anyone happened to come in during this time.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
24.
Okay. So, looking around, you see do you speak Infernal?
No.
Okay. So you see these dark, harsh writing on each of these pillars, as well as these ones in the back against the throne. The normal filigree that's there seems to have been replaced with, or at least changed in some way, because you can see the original outlines there, but the gold that used to be in those outlines seems to have been reformed in some way into these harsh markings. You don't see anyone on the balconies, and you don't, with your exquisite hearing, don't hear any troops making their way towards you, though with a 24, you do hear the faintest sounds of battle continuing down. You don't hear any flapping, if that's what that was meant to be, Whisper. You don't hear any other flapping in the room. You have the faint crackling of the fire in the center, and the water running in the backs. But besides that, that's all you hear.
Okay, I do have a question.
I have an answer.
I know that I don't speak Infernal, but can I recognize the text as Infernal?
Roll a intelligence or religion check. I'll let you decide whichever one you feel is more appropriate. Or history. I'll let you go with history too if you prefer.
Probably religion. For another 17.
Yeah, I would say easy enough for you to recognize that as infernal, though you don't, like you said, you don't speak it. You have seen it in text before.
I would like to walk up to, what did you call them again? Those giant like towers?
Spires, pillars, obelisks.
That's the word you used. And you said the markings were on there.
Yeah, there are markings on both pillars and the throne.
I will grab the blade, and I just want to make a giant slash through any of these markings or possibly runes.
Okay.
Just trying to not necessarily see if they have magic, but to break it if they do have it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an attack for me first.
Okay. 16?
Okay. You bring the blade up and slam it against, and you hear, as the blade hits the stone, you feel your entire body begin to vibrate as it... You do no damage to the obelisk, but you just feel it rocking through your entire body as the blade vibrates in your grip.
Is that like a magical like resistance?
It just seems like you might not have hit it hard enough.
Okay. I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
Just because I don't like random mass markings. 19.
Okay, you swing the blade once more and you slice across it. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay, and that's with the talking blade.
Yep.
Okay. 14 points.
Okay. You slice across it. You see
Oh wait.
the stone cut away.
Plus three. Hold on, because it's 2d6 slashing plus 3d6 radiant. So that's another 13.
Okay, 13 radiant damage.
Yeah.
So you slice across it. The blade actually catching purchase now as it slices through the black marble. You see the bit of flesh from radiant energy, and you see some of the area around it kind of begin to burn and pockle as the radiant energy pulses into it.
Okay, but there's like a clear like cut mark through these markings?
Yes.
Okay.
Quell's number one priority is, of course, the trees.
Okay. Okay.
So he's gonna see if he can figure out what kind of rot that is.
All right. Go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Plus 1. 12.
Okay. Walking up to the trees, you kind of reach your hand out and grasp a bit of the bark, and it almost crumbles into dust in your hand. It seems like there's some sort of siphoning of life energy happening to these trees, and it's unnatural in the way that it's dying, and you get that sense as you touch it.
Do I think it's a curse? Or do I not know?
Say with a 12, you're not sure.
Okay. And does he feel like going over to the throne that its markings, like it's attached to the obelisks, like they create like a system?
You don't see any direct connections between them, I'll say, but the markings are similar on all three objects.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't sit on this throne. And yeah, I guess that's all he figures out.
Wow.
Is Whisper still a tiger?
Yeah.
Okay, since Whisper's still a tiger, Clover's gonna go ahead and search Dale's body. Since, I mean, I was gonna have you do it, but you're a tiger.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. I'm sorry.
Oh, uh-huh. Plus, what's my investigation? Plus 7. That's a 14.
Okay. Looking through her body, she's wearing several large, ornate rings. A few diamonds, a few rubies and emeralds on each of them. Has a symbol kind of strung around her neck of this crescent moon with this symbol behind it. It kind of curls around in almost this circle that has these daggers that point towards the center, it looks like, with the moon kind of overlapping it in the middle. Besides that, she has a set of studded leather armor that has been destroyed at this point. And that's it. That's all she carries on her.
The rings, the gems, the necklace, shall I put them into the bag of holding for now until we can all look through it at a more reasonable time?
Based off the 20 weapons you took from the armory, that just heads up, that bag is getting pretty full.
A few rings and a necklace.
Right. The rings and necklace are going to fit, no issue. But as you open it, you see that pile pretty close to the top.
But does everyone think that that's a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, you never know with this chick what curses might be on it.
Yeah, so I'm going to mage hand all of that into the bag so that I don't have to touch it with my skin.
Okay.
And the last thing I'd like to do is say, should we throw the body into the fire? I'm gonna look right at Whisper when I say that, even though Whisper is a tiger.
And very big compared to you.
Okay, I still got that.
Lord Whisper.
Whisper will do the little skip thing again.
I think that's a yes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Would you like to do the honors with your mouth?
Whisper nudges you.
Nudges me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not strong enough to do it.
Tristan will just one-handed just grab the body and fling it onto the fire.
Let's put it all on Tristan.
I'm strong.
As you toss the body on there, instantly the room begins to smoke with black, heavy smoke as flesh begins to bubble and burn. The smell of burning flesh and hair begins to...
No, this was a mistake.
Yeah, maybe not the most well thought out. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Whisper will make a little roar and look to you, think to Finnick. It's like, we should go to the dungeon because I heard soldiers screaming again.
Yeah.
And guide them towards a path that I would probably know.
Yeah.
That would be there. Yeah.
I'll just relay to the group that Whisper wants us to go to the dungeon.
Onward.
As you make your way out through the main doors of the throne room into the more centralized area of the castle, you begin to bring them over towards the one side where an entrance into the dungeon is, and as you turn the corner that faces the hallway that leads down, I need to change music again. as you approach, especially you, Clover, instantly pick up on it, the sound of rattling chains and the sound of armored footsteps running up the stairs. You hear someone out of breath as he begins to come up. Oh, God. And as you all kind of see the doorway, the door blasts open. The guard, the captain of the guard that you are familiar with, Whisper, bursts out through the door, his face heavily scarred as it looks like something kind of ripped off chunks of his skin across his face. He bursts through the door before you see these hooked chains launch out from the space behind him, pull back, jamming against his shoulders and the tops of his legs, and his whole body kind of tenses up for a moment as his head whips forward with the momentum before as his entire body is lurched backwards down the staircase. You hear ding, 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 as his armor dings against the stairs and the walls as his body is ripped back down into the dungeon. And the next you hear the screams of pain and horror echoing up the staircase.
Damn it.
How long has it been since the fight?
About half hour, I would say.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
my wolves are so with me.
Because you had about 15 to 20 minutes before Whisper made her way into the room, a 3-minute long battle, and then the whole investigation.
Okay,
and
so
everything
30
like that.
minutes since we've entered the castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
So I
long
have about,
after the fight and to now?
yeah.
Oh, probably 7 to 10 minutes.
Okay, so my wolves are
Yeah, my spell lasts 10 minutes, so if it's 7, that'd be great.
Okay, sure. Sure. What do you guys want to
Does the door stay open?
do? It kind of as he comes up through the door, it slams to the side, and as he's ripped back, it kind of begins to slowly list closed, but it still is ajar.
I'm gonna go paw open the door, and I want to know what I see.
As you pull open the door, especially in this bestial form, your senses are immediately slammed with the smell of rotting flesh, the heavy scent of blood, the typical musky, moist air that the dungeon usually has. You can smell maggots. You can smell the rotting of flesh, stale water.
I'll relay that telepathically. The next.
I will, in a sort of shaky voice, sort of relay that to the group, especially after what we just witnessed.
No. Logistics question. Do my direwolves understand tiger talk?
You're still psychically connected with them, so sure.
Because it says verbal command. So I don't know if it's psychic command.
Oh, it specifically says verbal?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know if they'd know English any more than they know.
Right.
that.
I would say it's they don't even understand common, so I would say yes, they would understand
Say.
the
Okay.
method of method of communication remains the same. So I would say they would understand you in your animal form as well.
I will then tell them, go walk ahead of me, yell or tell me what you see, and
My
protect
friend.
me and my friends if something attacks us.
Okay.
Luffer and Nutter.
So
For Ed Nutter.
it's a tight space for them. This is a staircase typically meant for normal sized creatures. But they are able to kind of they can't move it is difficult terrain for them to move down this space, but they are able to kind of begin to trudge their way down the staircase. How do you want them to communicate back with you? I'm sorry.
I'm following. So I want them to go in front.
Yeah.
Like probably single file because it's probably not big enough for them to
Right.
walk side by side. And then I'm following. And then I said, tell me what you see. So I guess they'll bark or do something. And I don't know if I can understand that as a tiger.
Okay.
And then I also said, protect me and my friends if something attacks us.
Okay. So.
And I'm just gonna refresh that telekinetic bond.
Okay. So.
Telepathic bond. Whatever it's called.
As you kind of make your way down this curved staircase, the first wolf begins to growl, this deep, heavy growl, and you hear the sound of chains kind of rattling, almost in response, and you see above you a pair of chains kind of slithering backwards into the dungeon above your head.
Nope, don't like that.
I think to Finnick, I think there's a live chains. A chain monster?
Oh, what? Well, are we
Chains are
following
moving.
behind you? I'm
I don't
assuming
know.
we're following behind you.
I would like to follow behind Whisper. I'd like to kind of have my body up against the wall and kind of like shuffle down
I'm
if I can. I also have 60 feet of dark vision if that helps me at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna position myself right behind Whisper, just so then what she tells me I can then relate to the rest of the group.
So I guess if Finnick and I are both behind Whisper, I'm just under her skirt again.
Okay.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm against the wall.
No, just so you know, I'm not even wearing a skirt.
Cloak.
Okay. As that first wolf begins to make his way into the landing, I guess I might as well bring this battle map back up. And we kind of
Oh damn.
begins to push his way into the space.
Just sorry, out of character for a second, but do we have enough time for a whole battle right
We don't. We're not gonna get into it. Don't worry. I'm gonna
Okay. Okay.
building up the suspense.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just wanted,
Almost worked too.
but I want to fight.
You guys, it's fine. I'll just feed them a cupcake. It's totally fine. It's pretty cool to see this on the map, but like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
As as that first wolf begins to make his way down into the space, what is its armor class?
Fluffer's armor class is 14.
Okay, so that's one hit.
Yikes.
And that is a 15 to hit. I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
It's 14 is his ace.
All right, so you see it from the top of the staircase as it begins to enter into the room. Instantly, two of those chains kind of loop down and slash down across the wolf as it enters into the space. The first one grinding down into the creature's flesh. You see the barbs of the chain kind of extend and shred against the wolf. It takes 15 slashing damage on the first one, and 13 slashing damage on the second one. And you see its whole body get kind of pulled up towards the ceiling.
That's not very
Fluffer,
nice.
no.
Is it alive still or no?
Yes, it's alive still.
Okay. But that wolf is currently restrained.
Yikes.
Is that Fluffer or Nutter?
That's Fluffer.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad idea. But what if I fired a spell towards whatever that thing was? That spell could light up down the hallway. You know what? I might just go for it. I'm gonna cast a firebolt down the hallway towards this chain monster.
You are all the way up the staircase, and it curves. The only person actually able
yeah.
to see into the room would be Whisper.
Damn. What do I see on the ceiling? Like, so Fluffer was pulled towards the ceiling.
Yep.
What do I see when I look up, or can I not see that far yet?
As you look up, all you see are the chains kind of snaking across the ceiling. You see the two chains that are actually connected to Fluffer, and another 2 chains that are kind of snaking their way around up there.
Snaking my way.
Following the chains, it just seems like there's just a bunch of chains. There's no like.
They
body or
lead
head of the
down
chain.
into the actual dungeon area,
Okay.
and they gather into this mass of chains that spreads out across the entire dungeon. You see chains as you kind of get a little closer. You see the cells. There are chains leading into each of the cells. There are chains hanging from various points in the ceiling. There are the sound of rattling and metal against metal that echo throughout the entire dungeon. You do not see a creature besides the chains that kind of they seem like they're moving from some space in the rear out into the entire dungeon, but you don't see an actual creature.
I relay this to Finnick, but I also say, yeah, this was definitely a trap.
Am I able to see the chains that are attacking Fluffer?
From where you are, you see chains on the ceiling, but you don't see chains there. That being said, the other 2 chains are going to go ahead and attack Fluffer now, as he is kind of restrained. So that is a hit, and it was a natural 20, and this
Silver barbs.
fucking thing bounced it back to a 14. Still hits, but
Fuck.
so that is So
don't like this.
Fluffer is going to take
Don't like it.
Don't like it.
3 piercing damage, 11 piercing damage from the 2 previous chains, and now the 2 new chains.
Poof. He poof is.
Okay.
Wait. So the previous chains attack him again.
Yeah, you see them
Okay, yeah.
rotate. So, as the 2 new chains wrap around the suspended body of the direwolf, as another 2 chains, one wraps around its throat, the other one pierces through its stomach and wraps around its hindquarters, and you see all 4 of the chains twist and turn, eviscerating the wolf in the sky as it shreds off into the ether.
Yeah. I describe that to Finnick with a growl.
I'm not even gonna relay that. One dire wolf
Then-
is down.
I'm asking you, I don't know what to do here.
I have no idea.
Should we go back?
Is there another way into the
Dungeons?
dungeon?
Jinx.
Do I know if there's another way into the dungeon?
Is it really gonna make a difference?
Maybe, yeah.
I would say you would know of another entrance out that would kind of lead more from the outside. You know, the prison kind of makes an L and shifts off to the this way.
Mm-hmm.
This way. I know how cameras work.
Yeah.
But you don't see that from this space.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of see, from where you are, you kind of see like the hunk of swirling chains in this area, and they spread out into all the cells. And you see them continue on to that curve, but you can't see past that curve, obviously.
I tell Finnick there is another entrance, but we have to go outside to get to it. Maybe if we switch spots and you come down here, you can cast one of your magic things at it.
I can certainly try.
Okay. So, Finnick, you begin to make your way down.
Yeah, Whisper and I will switch places.
So, Finnick, as you make your way down and kind of turn and see down that hallway, you see a figure you're very familiar with.
Fuck.
What?
A figure you probably seen your entire life until you decided to run away.
What?
You see your father standing there in the center of the hallway, his sword grasped between his hands, tip buried into the stone, those flaming reddish wings kind of tucked against his side. Daughter, join me.
What?
Come to me. Daughter, it's time. Come home. Let me take you home.
This is my home.
You see him extend a hand out to you.
Provided nothing. You gave me no home.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh fuck. Guys, this is gonna go.
Oh, actually, disregard. Sorry.
Okay. I think everybody else in this moment, if they can just see her stature, but like her,
I'm right next to you, so I see your stature.
damn near every muscle in like the upper half of her body is just tense and shaking. Intensely shaking. What are you doing here?
I'm here for you, Finnick. Come here. Come to me. Join me. You aren't meant to be here.
Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead.
I don't know what is going on, but like I think there's like under all this like anxiety and fear, part of her starts to wonder if this is even real. Like, I don't know what I would roll to see if it's an illusion.
Roll a perception check for me.
Perception?
Yeah.
Not something I'm good at. 13.
That's your dad. I mean, it's very clearly him.
No. Not amazing.
You said no.
I'll protect
Can
you.
Can I sneak underneath the... Sorry, I know I keep doing this. I'm not going to make a habit out of it. Maybe I will.
No.
Can I sneak under Finnick and see if I also see someone that looks like Finnick's dad? I want to...
Well, you wouldn't know what he looks like, but...
But I want to see if I see...
Yeah, I get it. So, as you kind of slink between Finnick's legs and look through the space that the direwolf in front of you has left, you see a large-statured man, sword stabbed into the ground, these reddish, fiery wings kind of behind his back.
Yeah, okay, well...
Fuck.
It's not like that big mirror where you see whatever you want to see, so... Sorry, I got nothing, sorry.
Yeah, she has just stood there, shaking, like, tears sort of welling up in her eyes.
Roll a stress check for me.
A strength check?
A stress check.
Oh, shit. Would this be a disadvantage?
Oh,
That's for you to decide. I'll let you figure that one out. How stressed out is she in this moment?
What the fuck do you think? Oh, God. It's a 3.
All right.
Oh, no.
What effect does
She
it
has
have on her?
tears welling in her eyes. She's paralyzed at this moment.
I'd like to scurry back up the steps and be like, Gormrog, I think that this is the time for you.
Yeah, I'm coming.
So, seeing you go catatonic. What's your armor class?
Fuck. 15.
No.
15?
15.
That hits.
Shit.
That does not hit. That's 18, so that hits. And that does not hit. So,
Are these all ranged attacks?
yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a melee attack. I'm sorry.
Is it?
Well, they're technically melee attacks, yes, but they're coming from a range. It's confusing.
Okay.
The four of the chains that are crawling across the ceiling swoop down towards you. The first one kind of scooping your body up. The other one's missing in the process, but another one wraps around your leg, and you feel the bars begin to grind down into your flesh.
Oh, fuck this!
You take 16 slashing damage and 13 slashing damage,
We gotta get her out of here.
and you are restrained. So, as the chains reach down and grasp you, Finnick, and kind of pull you up towards the ceiling, Clover, you see the figure in the center of the room. As Finnick's vision of it kind of pulls away, you see the figure in the center of the room. That's your mom. Your mom's there.
That's what I fucking thought.
Clover.
Yeah. Nah, fuck you, you fucking demon shit. Sorry, that's not actually how Clover speaks, but I'm on to you. I'm on to you. I'm going back upstairs.
As Finnick is pulled up against the ceiling. What's up, Whisper?
Would Nutter attack? Because I told him to protect if they get attacked. Like,
Yes.
defend my friends if they get
As Finnick is pulled up into the ceiling, Nutter begins to dive into the room at this figure, sensing the hostility of the moment. And as he goes in to attack, that's what we're going to call it for the night.
You son of a bitch!
All right. So,
Damn. What a game.
All right. Let's see here. What do we got? So, thank you everyone for tonight.
Nailed it.
Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode. We'd like to thank our sponsor, SonCraft. If you love the music we're using, this is who we use. We have our discount codes in the chat. One of those codes will get you $2 off your subscription for 3 months. So go ahead and, if you subscribe to their premium subscription service, which will work, they have JRPG soundtracks, they have cyberpunk soundtracks, and they have fantasy soundtracks, which is the one we use. You can create custom playlists, the whole kit and caboodle. Check them out. They're awesome. We really enjoy it. I've used them for a long time, and they're great. Catch us tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific for episode 3 of Spell Shots, where Lamar the Con Guy will be joining the crew on their next adventure. And you can go ahead and support that show in all the ways that Jeremy lists, because they're awesome. And you can help affect the outcome of the rolls and the things that happen during that show.
Give us another crazy familiar.
Yes. Always a good time. You can catch us next week for Forging Fates episode 31, where we'll pick up on this insanity. You can see last week's episode of Investigation Check, the inaugural episode of our not so regular series, where I get to interview a bunch of cool people, hopefully, if things go well. I interviewed Donald. We talked for about 2 hours. It was a great time. Donald's not a public guy, so it was really great having him on that show and getting him explain himself and kind of deep dive into some of the stuff about him and the struggles he's been through. That being said, we are going to Gen Con at the start of next month. I'm sure there will be social media posts where you can find us if you decide to go. If we remember to do it. But I'm sure we will, because people are on this channel are better at me than those things.
We'll be at the Critical Role cosplay meetup for sure.
Definitely.
We'll be there.
One of those days. Let's see. What else? You can catch this episode on YouTube next Monday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Because we're
Discord, join the socials,
all those things.
Let's raid somebody.
Right. Start Gem. Anyone, get me a raid person to raid. Jump on it. Okay. But seriously, we need, I think, 500 people. No, 500 people. I think 500 subscribers to start getting things on YouTube. It's our goal. Maybe when we get a little bit closer, we'll start doing giveaways. We got some cool merch we just made. So check that out. We love you, geeks. Do I got anything?
One more thing. If
Okay.
anyone's going to San Diego Comic-Con, I'll be there. So I don't know. Talk to me in Discord, and we can meet up.
Yes. Follow her at Gembury at Instagram. I'm sure she'll be posting by the fucking minute where she is.
Not Jamboree on Instagram. That's the only place I don't have Jamboree.
God damn it, Jamocrat.
No, it's Jamaginative.
That's what I said, your imaginative. I don't know, guys. My brain doesn't work
Jamboree
good.
everywhere else.
That's what I
Instagram's
said.
the only one that I don't have it.
I give up. I love you guys. Love you, geeks. Have a good night.
Let's raid a channel.
We're raiding someone. Stick by for the raid. You guys are great. Bye.